Hi all, how you doing? Hope you're doing great wherever you are in the world. All right, we've got another Blockdag video, of course we have, because basically just lying again. Okay, more lies, and it's got to be noted. Now, what they did try and do, I did a video a couple of days ago, and it seemed like they tried to answer some of the questions. So I think it was about August 20th. They said they were going to give out the Ethereum winners. So it's August 25th. So not long after I did my video, they then just stuck this tweet out with some ETH addresses. Okay, I mean, obviously this isn't a proper address, and you can't validate this one little bit. I mean, it's just a few letters before and a few letters and numbers, alphanumeric numbers and letters at the end. Where's the stuff in between? You can't validate any of this. Okay, so and obviously the people in the comments, some are just going to say, "Oh, it's me" or whatever. All right, but nobody's giving their full um, address. You just can't validate it. Okay, that is the bottom line. So they can say whatever they like here. It seems like they forgot all about it, and then 5 days later, my video kind of reminded them, "Oh, we haven't done this. We better do this." All right, and then they stuck out that video. Another thing they've put out is they're now sort of mentioning an AMA because I said they hadn't done anything for like 2 months. So now they're sticking an AMA together, apparently next week. That should be interesting to watch. I mean, it won't be interesting, it'll be deadly dull, all right? Because these guys, whenever they do an AMA, it's the dullest, it's as dull as ditch water, okay? I mean, if you want to go to sleep, go and watch one of these AMAs. They are terrible, okay? But it'll be interesting anyway to see what stuff they come up with. Now, what are they doing? So they talked about changing the price, okay, from 0.0016 to 0.003. Okay, so they've probably done that. I can't actually see the price on the website, but what they've done now is they've changed it so that they've got a bonus now of 2,049%, which basically equates to the price increase. So the price has gone up, but they're now giving you the same amount of tokens. So it basically swings and roundabouts pretty much. Okay. Um, the maths means that, it's pretty much the same as what it was before. There's not a lot of difference. So let's just have a look at the latest tweet anyway. Um, X1 miner hits 3 million users. I mean, who's buying these bloody miners? Why don't you just wait until people get them, and then you can properly validate that people have got them? Why bother putting your money into these things? You're not going to get them any faster. You might as well wait until people have had a week's worth of miners going out. Okay, it just seems crazy to me. If you really, really want a miner, I would just wait until some get sent out or they don't get sent out. Okay. And then you save your money. Anyway, final countdown 2,049% bonus. Blockdag is taking over Token 2449 Singapore as a platinum sponsor. That's what they're saying. The biggest stage in crypto, and we're front and center. So if you go to Token 2049, okay, so this is the official website, okay, Token 24 Singapore, and look at the sponsors. All right, so let's just go to the top. Become a partner. So this is your sponsors. Starts off with title sponsors. So obviously these are the biggest one. You've got OKX and Coinbase, BingX. All right, so you've got huge ones. And then you got the platinum sponsors. Okay, platinum sponsors. Now look at their tweet. It says here, Singapore is a platinum sponsor. So according to them, they are in this list here. Well, I can't see them. Okay, Bitstamp, Sui, Solana Foundation, CoinW, Mexi, Auras. Okay, if we keep going down. Okay, that was it. All right, those are the platinum sponsors in that list. I don't see no Blockdag there. Okay, there's no Blockdag. And just as a sort of, if they've got it wrong, I had a check here. The gold sponsors, they're not in that list either. Okay, silver sponsors, Not in that list either. So maybe their name will become in this list, but currently um, it doesn't exist. So they shouldn't be, again, this is the sort of thing they shouldn't be saying. Remember about the NBA, the National Basketball Association sponsorship they were going to do. They said they were going to sponsor a big team, and then that never came to fruition. Okay. Because, well, for whatever reason, I think I covered that, but it never came to fruition. So what I would recommend is wait until their name is on there and say, look, we are on there, and then stick a link to this website here and this partners page and say, look, we are here. That's how it should be done. All right. But they're saying that they're going to be a platinum sponsor when they're not at the moment in time. So that at this moment in time is a out and out lie. All right. It may come to fruition, but at this moment, it looks like all the other stuff, all the other lies that they said, where they say things are going to happen, and then, so we've had a little of a problem here. We had great intentions of this happening. We aimed for this, okay? Like my son aiming for the moon with his stone. Yeah, he was never going to reach, but he was aiming for it. Yeah, right. Anyway, the biggest stage in crypto, and we're front and center. 24 bonus live, buy big BDAG today. So again, more marketing. 380 million raise, pre-sale ending soon. Okay, the pre-sale can't. They say they've got to get 600 million, haven't they? So if they've raised 380 million, then they've got another 220 million to go, haven't they? I don't know. Who knows? There's an AMA next week. Get your questions in. Not sure where you get your questions in. 3 million X1 miners users. Okay, so the X1 miners, by the way, a lot of people who bought these X1 miners think they're going to get loads of tokens for nothing. Well, whatever tokens you've got for tapping and or whatever it is you do on these X1 miners, you're not going to get any tokens unless you buy some in the pre-sale. Okay, and I wouldn't advise doing that because I believe this is a very shady project. I believe it's a scam, and people are going to lose lots of money in it. All right. I believe it's a scam because there's so many red flags. There's nothing to justify that this project is going to end well. All right. So far, it's all been pretty much lies and based on other projects. Okay, like Casper and stuff like that. This isn't hype. This isn't hype. Well, this is only hype. Okay. There's nothing tangible here as far as I can see. It's history in the making. Stack BDAG now and own the power era. All right. Yeah. So yeah, basically the video I did a couple of days ago, they tried to answer it with some stuff, and but really, the price is the same. Okay, the final countdown 2049. If you do the maths, okay, that's like 20. Let's think, it's point naught point 0016 times 20. Okay, roughly speaking. And you see, 0.03, pretty much, it comes to the same. This is the thing. It's pretty much the same as what it was before. So this is what I'm talking about. They can just twist the numbers around effectively, and it's all the same thing all the time. Pre-sale price is the same as what it was last week. They're just dressing up in a different way. They're hoping that people don't understand mathematics. Um, have my X1, can't connect to X10 because I don't have it. Should have greased me up before dry fucking me. Oops. Yeah. So, are there anyone who's got their times 10 miners? Let me know in the comments. Okay? Because have the other thing is if you bought an X10 miner or any miner, shouldn't you have some sort of mail delivery information? The other thing that another person said, which was quite interesting, was if they are going to send these miners out, then surely they're going to have a return address. Okay. So what's the return address going to be? That's going to be quite interesting because I think a lot of people are sort of saying, I don't think these guys want to really want people to know where they're from, basically. Um, so I don't know. It's all just smoke and mirrors. It's going to be interesting to see the AMA next week and watch Anthony Turner squirm in that one. Um, I think what I'll try to do maybe is put some questions together that should be answered because clearly they watched my video a couple of days ago. So maybe I'll do a video on the questions that Blockdag need to answer. All right, and see what happens. Right, okay, I'm going to shoot off. I'll avoid this. If you haven't bought into this, you're thinking about buying into it, please don't. All right, I'm pretty sure this is. Um, I think it's a terrible project, and you're likely to lose a big chunk of your money if you invest in this. Okay, so avoid it like the plague, in my opinion.